My lovelies, if you know how to sew stylish sleeves, you can use it to turn any simple outfit into an elegant way. Just see how these beautiful sleeves took this great dress to another level. Wow, this is 10 over 10. In this tutorial, I will show you the best method to cut and sew this sleeve. You will want to watch to the end because it is very easy and beginners friendly. Please subscribe and let's get started. Today we'll be learning how to make a pleated structured sleeve. And to make this sleeve, we'll be needing our fabric, Ankara fabric, lining, and the collar or peplum steel, as you call it. You are good to use any fabric of your choice for this sleeve. You can use damask, brocade, or anything. And to make this sleeve, I'll be making use of about 1.5 to 2 inches of Ankara fabric. The same yards of fabric you use is the same lining you will use, and as well as the stay. So let's get started. Now I've gone ahead to cut out 28 by 28 out of my fabric. Here I have it. I cut out 28 by 28 and I fold it into 4 as if I'm trying to cut for 360-degree peplum. So that is what I've just cut out now. So, and now the next thing I'll be doing is to measure my radius, even to determine the length of my sleeve. So this radius we are measuring is going to determine the armhole of our sleeve and the pleating therein. So I will be making use of 7 inches. 7 inches as my radius. For this radius, you are good to use 6 inches. You are good to use 5.5. But know that as long as your radius is, will determine the pleating that will be in your sleeve. So, and this I actually cut out a 29 by 29 so as not to have a shortage of fabric. So I'm going to be measuring 7 inches now. I will measure it round. Yes, I measure 7 inches as my radius and I measure 7 inches as the length of my sleeve. So this, as I told you earlier, this 7 inches radius will determine how much you want your pleating to be. If you don't want much pleatings, you can just make use of 5.5 or 6 inches. And for this 7 inches will determine how structured your sleeve is going to be. If you want it, more extravagant, you can even make use of 8 inches. But I want it moderate. That is why I'm using this 7 inches. So the next thing is for us to cut this out. Here we have it. So the next thing I'll be doing is to notch. I will notch this part of my sleeve of this 360-degree flay. I will notch here. I will notch here. So before I use this, to cut out the lining and the stay, I will have to do some work on this so as to maximize my fabric. We have notched here. I'm going to notch here as well, just to know. I will not just here, just to know the center. And see it, this is what we are having now. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to grab my cuff. I want to connect from this point to this end now. I don't want to use that area of notch. I'll be making use of this. So I want to connect from here to this end. I think you can see it. I connect from this point to this mid point. So I'll cut it out. I'll be using this this very one now to cut out the remaining ones. You know, I told you I have to cut out one even to maximize my fabric. So I'll be using this to cut out the second sleeve. Then I will cut out 2 of this from the lining, and I will cut out 2 of this from the stay. Now I've gone ahead to gummed the collar stay to my fabric. You can see what we are having. So this is the lining. So the next thing we will do is to place the lining on it this way. You can see that it matches. So you come to that region where you notched. You can see the notching here is obvious. I notched the lining as well. This is the point where the lining is being notched here. Just use it to match the notching part of the fabric as well. Just this way. So the next thing is to measure from this point to this end, and from here to here measure 8 to 10 inches. So for this project I will be measuring 9 inches to this side. I mark it 9 inches to this side. I mark it. So the essence of this is to create that that hole that your armpit will pass through. Your hand. So this is where your arm will pass through. So as you have marked it, I'm going to notch it this way, just like half an inch. Seam allowance. I will do the same thing here. Joining allowance. Mark it and measure it. Let it be half an inch. Half an inch. So I will take it to my machine now. You can see that this is the wrong side. So the right side is facing the right side. So I will take it to the machine and run stitch through it from here to this end. You can even use your pin to hold it down at this notching, center notching. Hold it down. So to know what you measure here depends on the size of the person. So if it's small person, you can use like 7 to 8 inches. But if it's average normal person, just use 9 to 10 inches. So I decided to use 9 inches, amounting to 18 inches. So that is what I use here. Now here we have it. I've gone ahead to join this sleeve by the center as it was shown to you, and I top stitch. So don't start your top stitching from the very beginning. Just move forward like 1 inch. and stop before like 1 inch here. I mean for your top stitching. So this is what we have now. So you can see where I notch it, where the place it was notched. They have an inch that is joining allowance. You use it to stitch it from here to the very end. So you take the main fabric as well. You bring the main fabric together, join it with that half an inch. So thereafter we will now turn both of them, join fabric and fabric together this way, lining and lining together this way. Now this is what we are having. I've gone ahead to join this part with half an inch, and I join the fabric to fabric. I join the lining to lining. You can see how it looks. Then the next thing is for us to turn it to the right side, and to achieve that is very, very simple. So all you need to do is just flip this. See, this is our lining now. Let me turn it to the right side. Now this is the right side of my sleeve. This is the lining. So all I just do now is to let the notch touch the notching, the lining, the notching of the lining and the fabric. Then stitch it down. Go this way, stitch it down, go this way. Thereafter, this is where my arm will come out of the sleeve. So it's not meant to be too tight. So by the time we are done, you'll see how it looks. So let me stitch it down. Then I iron as request. This is it. I've stitched it down. The lining and the fabric has been stitched down, and I've ironed it very well. And this is what we are having. So the next thing to do is just to this region of this sleeve, just give it a shape as if you are drawing your normal sleeve. So and to achieve that, just take your curve rule, just place it this way, draw it. So, and this is what we have now. You can see how neat the inside is. So after you go ahead and stitch down this now. After stitching down, you overlock. Then we begin to hold our pleats. Now I've gone ahead to stitch it down. Then I overlock it all through. And see the inner part. You can see as everything relaxes. So now the next thing, which is the final stage, is for us to begin to gather. This is where it was notched. So it's going to be by the armpit region. That's where this side will be. Then you begin to gather your pleats. This is the center. You gather your pleats, measure your armhole circumference. So gather it accordingly. You gather it this way, then you gather this side as well to achieve your armhole circumference. You are just gathering it to achieve your armhole circumference. So you gather here as well. It's always good you do this on your fabric. on your dress, I mean either your top or whatever. So this is going to be the outcome. So I think it was too. So let it be this way. So you can see our sleeve is already formed. So by the time it gets to your dress, this is going to be at the shoulder region and this will be at the armhole region. This one I gather now give me something 9 inches. So if your armhole circumference is 9 inches on fold, you are good to use this. So you just stitch it down. So it will speak better by the time we place it on the top, by the time we attach it to the top. So I'm sure you have really learned a lot on this video. So make sure you share it with your friends and family. Drop your comments on the comment section and ensure you like this video. If you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe now. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.